Now let's return to the four-part breakdown for the ethical codes. Finally, let's talk about your ethical responsibilities to the BACB, Behavior Analysis Certification Board. If you become an RBT, your credential will be held under the BACB. You should consider accurately providing and updating information to the BACB, BACB copyrights and examination honesty, compliance with BACB coursework standards, and discouraging misrepresentation. Now let's begin with accurately providing and updating information to the BACB. 10.01 Truthful and accurate information provided to the BACB. A. Behavior analysts only provide truthful and accurate information in applications and documentation submitted to the BACB. B. Behavior analysts ensure that inaccurate information submitted to the BACB is immediately corrected. 10.02 Timely responding, reporting, and updating of information provided to the BACB. Behavior analysts must comply with all BACB deadlines, including, but not limited to, ensuring that the BACB is notified within 30 days of the date of any of the following grounds for sanctioning status. A violation of this code or disciplinary investigation, action or sanction, filing of charges, conviction or plea of guilty or nolo contendere by governmental agency, healthcare organization, third-party payer, or educational institution. Procedural note: behavior analysts convicted of a felony directly related to behavior analysis practice and/or public health and safety shall be ineligible to apply for BACB registration, certification, or recertification for a period of 3 years from the exhaustion of appeals, completion of parole or probation, or final release from confinement, if any, whichever is later. See also 1.04d, Integrity. B. Any public health and safety-related fines or tickets where the behavior analyst is named on the ticket. C. A physical or mental condition that would impair the behavior analyst's ability to competently practice. And D. A change of name, address, or email contact. What does this code mean for you? You should immediately and accurately report to the BACB about the issues mentioned in the ethical code. For example, a violation of this code, disciplinary investigation, and conviction or plea of guilty. If you have any questions about notifying the BACB of any information, speak with your supervisor. Next, you should consider the BACB copyrights and examination honesty. 10.03 Confidentiality and BACB intellectual property. Behavior analysts do not infringe on the BACB's intellectual property rights, including, but not limited to, the BACB rights to the following. A. BACB logo, VCS logo, ACE logo, certificates, credentials, and designations, including, but not limited to, trademarks, service marks, registration marks, and certification marks owned and claimed by the BACB. This includes confusingly similar marks intended to convey BACB affiliation, certification or registration, or misrepresentation of an educational ABA certificate status as constituting national certification. B. BACB copyrights to original and derivative works, including, but not limited to, BACB copyrights to standards, procedures, guidelines, codes, job task analysis, work group reports, surveys, and C. BACB copyrights to all BACB develop examination questions, item banks, examination specifications, examination forms, and examination scoring sheets, which are secured trade secrets of the BACB. Behavior analysts are expressly prohibited from disclosing the content of any BACB examination materials, regardless of how that content became known to them. Behavior analysts report suspected or known infringements and/or unauthorized access to examination content and/or any other violation of BACB intellectual property rights immediately to the BACB. Efforts for informal resolution, identified in Section 7.02c, are waived due to the immediate reporting requirement of this section. What does this code mean for you? Remember, you should avoid using any materials created by the BACB without first gaining permission from the BACB. For example, you cannot use the BACB logo personally. You cannot discuss the exam questions with others who are taking the RBT exam. And you cannot post any questions appeared in the RBT exam to the internet or even tell the questions to others. 10.04 Examination Honesty and Irregularities. Behavior analysts adhere to all rules of the BACB, including the rules and procedures required by BACB-approved testing centers and examination administrators and proctors. Behavior analysts must immediately report suspected cheaters and any other irregularities relating to the BACB examination administrations to the BACB. Examination irregularities include, but are not limited to, unauthorized access to BACB examination or answer sheets, copying answers, permitting another to copy answers, disrupting the conduct of an examination, falsifying information, education or credentials, and providing and/or receiving unauthorized or illegal advice about or access to BACB examination content before, during, or following the examination. This prohibition includes, but is not limited to, use of or participation in any examdom preparation site or blog that provides unauthorized access to BACB examination questions. If at any time it is discovered that an applicant or certificant has participated in or utilized an exam dump organization, immediate action may be taken to withdraw eligibility, cancel examination scores, or otherwise revoke certification gained through use of inappropriately obtained examination content. What does this code mean for you? You should be honest before, during, and after taking the RBT exam. Respect your role and your profession by respecting the credentialing process. To prevent yourself from violating this code, you should fully grasp the content of the RBT task list before the exam. Don't use any illegal materials. Report any suspected cheaters during the exam and refrain from revealing test information after the exam. Next, let's talk about compliance with BACB coursework standards and discouraging misrepresentation. 10.05 Compliance with BACB supervision and coursework standards. Behavior analysts ensure that coursework, including continuing education events, supervised experience, RBT training and assessment, and BCA/BA supervision are conducted in accordance with the BACB standards if these activities are intended to comply with BACB standards. See also 5.0 Behavior Analysts as Supervisors. What does this code mean for you? As an RBT, you should abide by the BACB's standards and adhere to supervision requirements, ethical code of conduct, and maintain your credential, responsible certificate on record. 10.07 Discouraging misrepresentation by non-certified individuals. Behavior analysts report non-certified and, if applicable, non-registered practitioners to the appropriate state licensing board and to the BACB if the practitioners are misrepresenting BACB certification or registration status. What does this code mean for you? If you have yet to obtain your RBT credential from the BACB, you're not an RBT yet. You're not allowed to state that you are an RBT. If you know of any non-credential holders that are misrepresenting the BACB certification, you should report them to the BACB and appropriate state licensing board.